19th century invention revolutionized telecommunications? Does anything ring a bell? Yes, that's right, the telephone. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone in 1876. The telephone not only transformed the 19th century, but the invention has impacted technology of the present day. Prior to the telephone, there are only three means of long-distance communication: the telegraph, postal mail, and messengers. Although each method was effective, they were also flawed. I cannot send it. Here it is again. Nor get to messenger to bring it to thee, so fearful were they of infection. Quite unfortunate, isn't it? Romeo and Juliet's fate could have changed if only the message had been delivered. But the messenger failed due to the flaws of the system. A messenger is only as fast as his horses, as powerful as his voice is, and as reliable as his trust is. Now, the story would have changed immensely if the telephone had been invented. The message would have been delivered, and Romeo and Juliet could have become a Disney fairy tale instead of a tragedy. Postal mail is a much more reliable means of communication. The fact that we still use this system in the present day proves the centuries-old method works. Over time, the system has become more efficient and effective. However, there is a major flaw. I am victorious! In only 30 minutes, I defeated the British Army. I am now the hero of the Battle of New Orleans. Wait, what? The war ended 2 weeks ago. Poor President Jackson. Due to the slow speed of snail mail, the Battle of New Orleans was fought after the War of 1812 was over. If the telephone had existed, President Jackson would have known about the Treaty of Ghent, and the whole battle could have been avoided. In 1843, Samuel Morse invented the telegraph. The machine used electrical signals to send a message. The signal would only play one specific tone, so a code had to be created. The Morse code was created by assigning dot and dash combinations to each letter in the alphabet. What does that signal mean? It could be EIT7, or maybe ST7, or it could even mean BZE. None of this makes sense. That means SOS. One of the major flaws of the telegraph is the Morse code. Telegraph operators were required to know the code inside and out because the messages were played so quickly. The message had to be short and sweet, and telegraphs were not always accessible. The telegraph was the first invention which allowed people across the country to communicate instantly. Well, almost instantly. That is, if you consider a lag of a few minutes instant. The telegraph did pave the way for, drumroll please, the telephone. On March 10, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell spoke the famous words, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you," over the very first telephone. This marked the beginning of a revolution. By 1891, there were 512,000 phones in the United States. With Bell in New York City and Thomas Watson in San Francisco, the first coast-to-coast call was made in 1915. Improvements upon the telephone brought to the public a dial phone, a cordless house phone, and satellite phone. Oh my, how could I forget? Next part. Get the iSmart Cell today. This cell phone does it all, from text to call. Surf the web while listening to your favorite tunes. There are thousands of downloadable apps to choose from. No need to be social because the iSmart Cell does it for you. Your boss's birthday is today? The iSmart Cell automatically sends a thoughtful message from you. No more tedious handwritten grocery lists. That's right, moms. The iSmart Cell syncs with your fridge. If you call now to purchase your iSmart Cell, your first app is free. The telephone made it possible for people to communicate efficiently all over the world. In 1876, this invention was groundbreaking, and we still feel its impact today. Instead of sending messengers or typing telegraphs and hoping for the best, the telephone is a reliable means of communication. It is fast and effective. Communications change like crazy. Graham Bell's telephone is amazing.